As you listen to this lecture, think about the following questions. You may want to write them down so that you can refer to them often. Do you remember how you first learned to read? What are the 4 dimensions of reading apprenticeship? What is metacognition and what does it look like? In this class, our approach to improving reading skills will be based on the Reading Apprenticeship Framework. Reading Apprenticeship supports students in becoming expert readers through observing their own reading practices, observing their classmates and teachers' reading practices, and improving their metacognitive awareness. Metacognition refers to the practice of thinking about thinking. In other words, we are going to work on paying attention to what happens in our minds as we take in information and learn how to apply different strategies depending on our reading purpose and how easy or difficult the information in a text is for us to understand and connect with. Research has shown that learning to read is about much more than just learning the meaning of words. Highly skilled readers continue to work on improving their reading skills throughout their lives. Reading is a complex process that requires problem solving, in which readers make sense of text by connecting what they read on the page to their memories, ideas, and prior knowledge related to the topic or format of the text. To do this effectively, readers must work to develop all 4 dimensions of the Reading Apprenticeship Framework: personal, social, cognitive, and knowledge building. The personal dimension of Reading Apprenticeship is about developing your identity as a reader. This includes increasing your reading stamina, how long you can read at a stretch without losing interest or focus, and learning to recognize quickly when you're not absorbing or processing what you are reading. As you explore the personal dimension, the goal is to increase your confidence as a reader and your range so that you will become better at reading all sorts of texts, not just the ones that you enjoy. The social dimension of Reading Apprenticeship involves interacting with and observing other readers. Expert readers increase their reading effectiveness by reading with others. They can learn new strategies from observing the way that other people make meaning from challenging texts. They can also learn more about the way their own minds work by getting feedback when others observe their reading. The social dimension of Reading Apprenticeship also involves working in a group to make meaning from a challenging text. Reading together allows us to pool all our knowledge and experiences, which gives us more to draw from when making meaning from a text. The word cognitive refers to thinking, or what goes on in your brain. You might have noticed that it is part of the word metacognitive, which we discussed earlier. The cognitive dimension of Reading Apprenticeship is the part that most traditional reading instruction focuses on. This includes learning how to spot and summarize the main idea in a text, figure out the structure of a text to see how supporting details are working together with the main idea to form a well-developed argument, and learning how to choose a reading purpose based on what you need to do with the information you get from the text so that you can apply appropriate strategies which differ depending on your reason for reading the text. The final dimension of the Reading Apprenticeship Framework is the knowledge-building dimension. All texts must be considered and understood within a greater context. In other words, knowing about who wrote the text, why it was written, when, where, and how it was published, all help us gain a greater understanding of a text. Building knowledge involves taking time to think about what you already know about the topic or format of the text before you begin reading. We call this surfacing or activating your schema. Schema refers to your own personal knowledge and experience of the world. When we surface or activate schema connected to a text, we locate neural pathways in our brains that already exist to connect new knowledge to. This strengthens the existing neural pathways and helps the new knowledge move from our short-term memory to our long-term memory. To develop all 4 dimensions, we'll be doing a lot of reading in this class. It will be important for you to find time and a place where you can read undisturbed just about every day. When I'm studying, I turn on my Do Not Disturb setting on my phone so that I don't get distracted, and I go away from my housemates. Sometimes that just means getting into my car and driving to a park. Wherever you decide to study, remember to limit your distractions to allow your brain to do one thing at a time. Here are some words that came up in today's lecture that might be new to you. Metacognition, schema, cognitive, stamina, neural pathways. It's a good idea to take note of new words when you come across them in a reading or in a lecture, and take some time to write them down and find the definition online.